Hello UK Canoers, welcome back to our channel. Thanks for joining.
I'm Tim and I've come northeast with my wife Claire. We've come to do a canoe trip on the Bungay Loop, which is in the Norfolk Broads National Park, and joined by Kat and Joe of Walk My World.
This route is circular and we chose it because there's no motorised craft that are permitted to use this waterway, which is pretty awesome. It's meant to be really pretty and opens up to marshland, and trust me, it didn't disappoint. This route I researched on the Broads Authority website.
We started out near Outney Meadow Caravan and Camping Park. They charge £7 for parking, and to launch you will likely see wild swimmers in the warmer months.
Once we were set up, we had to work out whether to go left or right. I don't think the map was overly clear, but Tim took charge on this occasion and I just went with it. Luckily, I did, because he was correct. This looks like a good spot for some riverside camping. We didn't do it this time, but I've heard some good things about this one.
This was an evening paddle in the summer. The time was about 7:30 p.m. and we knew that we would be out for around 3 hours. The wind speed picked up slightly and we had a giggle because Kat and Joe didn't have the fin for the inflatable kayak, so let's just say they had to navigate the wind quite well to keep straight.
I think the flow's against us.
The wind's against us. The branches from the big tall trees hung over the river with their thick and full leaves. By the time we realised that, and with the Insta360 on the back of the canoe, it was too late and we lost it in the river.
This was so devastating because it wasn't that we couldn't claim it on insurance, it was more that we really wanted it for this paddle, and we'd only just begun, and we didn't want to miss out on the footage that we had already filmed.
We hung around trying to spot it in the river below. It was murky with the riverbed.
We spent a few minutes discussing, and then we all agreed that this was a job for Tim. He took his clothes off, which always makes me smile. Tim nervously got out of the canoe onto a muddy, tiny section that we spotted in between the trees. As he got out, he pushed the canoe back hard with his feet, and I nearly went in. Luckily, I grabbed a thick brown branch of the nearby tree and managed to stabilise myself in the canoe. Phew. Took a gulp, jumped into the river, and was fully submerged. The PFD made his head pop back up like a little jack-in-the-box. So I'm in the canoe. We've just tied me up because we've dropped our Insta360 camera. We're with Kat and Joe, and I don't know if you can see, but Tim's just jumped in. Yeah, you can just about see his head. He's just diving to try and get the camera back because it's so much money. There he is. Go on, Tim. Just dive in. I did really not expect to be doing this. We only left at 7:15 p.m. It's now 7:40 p.m. and this has really halted our plans to be back before dark. But I just hope he gets it. I had a lot of faith in him because he's actually great at finding things that get lost in the water. I remember that time back in Reykjavik, Iceland, when we were in the Blue Lagoon and I lost my glasses. Don't ask me how. Anyway, by scooting on his bottom, he managed to find them.
I had to take off the PFD. It was just too buoyant and found it too hard to touch the riverbed. I then spent the time feeling the bed with my feet.
It felt like forever. And then he finally found it. And then, in the blink of an eye, it was in his hands. We laughed and clapped. He then made his way back over to me, all while he was being filmed from all different directions. But come on, I bet he secretly loved it.
We're pretty much on his back. Can we stop?
But the good thing is he's keeping out of the water for the content.
I'm going to come up behind you, Claire.
Yeah, just dunk it in the boat. Well done, Tim.
I put the camera safely back in the canoe and pulled myself out of the river. It took me a few tries to get back in the canoe, but I suffered an injury on my thumb and my bum when I slipped a couple times trying to get back in the canoe.
See how horrible that was.
Oh,
Oh,
shit. That's telling you just.
It's
Tim,
that mud is
stay
the
there.
worst.
Stay like that and put your feet.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to get any better the more you do that.
Yeah.
We discussed whether we should just turn back or whether we should carry on and do the trail. It was a unanimous decision to carry on. After all, we didn't come all this way for an unexpected wild swim.
There you go,
Yeah.
you're all good.
Yeah.
Oh, that is one muddy ass. Right. There's your rope.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Do you want to push off in front? And I'll push off at the same time.
1, 2, 3. Pushing back.
I don't need to worry about these for now.
Yeah. Are you still filming?
Yep.
So I'm sliding around.
Yep.
But it is what it is.
This trip was so beautiful at times. The water was so still, it was like glass. This canoe trip provided unexpected landscapes that changed quite frequently. One of the twigs. Ow. Hit the GoPro and fell over.
That's the first time we've ever lost a camera,
Yep.
isn't it?
Whereabouts?
I'm going to go to the right.
How much do you reckon that?
Too much. We often took a few moments to pause our paddling and watch for bird life.
Yeah, please.
it's a rental boat. When's the next one? Yeah.
Yeah. We better be because Kat told me not to put any.
It's really tight, this bit. As the river began to narrow again, it was enjoyable to try and find spaces to put in our paddles. Across the common, on a clear day, you have a really good view of the Bungay skyline.
Yeah.
Opens up here, by the way.
Yeah.
Sometimes as we paddle underneath humongous trees, I could barely tell what was an underwater
It's a really
obstruction,
nice one.
or what was a tree trunk, or what was the branch, and what was the clear way to paddle through. It was thrilling.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's really nice and peaceful, isn't it?
Yeah, there's no one else around.
No. That's why it just feels like you're in the wild with willows, and I love it.
This is why Kat always likes to do hiking in the evening as well. Because no one does anything after dinner time.
That's why last summer pretty much all we did was evening hikes, wasn't it?
Yep.
All those mega hikes where we'd get back at midnight.
Right. It's kind of straight ahead.
Yeah, this is beautiful. This is really romantic again. Don't you think?
Yeah.
About getting burnt on the water, anything like that. It's just so nice. This is like
Getting paid for this.
Looks like a dead end then.
Yeah, a lot of them do though. Well, we're definitely going against the flow, so there's definitely somewhere it's coming from.
No, can you? Well, it's just I was enjoying it. What, do you love that kayak even though it's made you wet?
There's loads of fish.
Huh?
Fish.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, can you stop when you see them? Oh. I just want to film that.
Generally, the water is very clear here, and it's like peeking into a fish tank, with the tiny fish scurrying around about their way, in and out of the water with plants below. Wood.
Yeah. Owls started to sing, and it started to get dark. It was like we were all wearing sunglasses. This was the first time I'd ever done a paddle in the evening, and to watch the sunset and the light fade away, it was just magical. I knew then that it wouldn't be the last time that I'd hunt for this kind of journey. Sure have. Let's give this a go. Did you see it?
I didn't. I just heard and saw stuff move.
And it was quite like decent sized, but I couldn't fully make it out, and then it had gone.
Then we came to one of the most beautiful sights my eyes had ever had the pleasure of landing on. A beautiful pink and cloudy sky, clear glass water, high river banks, and green and white flowers all over the river surface. I'm not sure what they are, but we think they might be poisonous, so we didn't touch them, but boy, they were a sight to see.
As the sun began to set over the grazing cows in the meadows, it was a perfect opportunity to sit quietly and just listen to the sounds of nature with the whistling willows in the distance. Perfect. I wonder where we are. Started here, and then we went up. It's just a sea of, yeah. I wonder where we are. Started here, and then we went up there.
You know the big lake on the left?
On the left, oh yeah.
We're near the far right of it.
So here-ish. So we're almost at the end, which is here. So we've just got to go a bit. I'll check that out though.
No, but you can.
we saw a road bridge up ahead with moving traffic, and we knew that this must be the end point. There was a muddy bank, and we pinpointed that as the get out. The water began to get shallow, and we were able to force the canoe on land. It didn't stop the need for a careful balancing act to avoid slipping as we stood. The mud was thick and wet, sludgy. Right.
Yeah.
That's the A, what's the name, which is the other side of where.
No, this is definitely it. I'm just going to check the other side.
Huh?
I'm just going to check the other
Check the
side.
other side.
Yeah. Oh no.
Well, that's it.
No.
Let's just paddle forward.
And just view it out from that tree line.
Yeah.
Right,
So, that's good. That's good. I'm standing up. Oh, my legs are stiff. Right, I'm stretching out. So hope I don't fall in again.
you did that quite well. It's really slippy. 1, 2, 3.
You did it, well done. Tim, take a break. I'll help you in a second if you get cut out.
I can't get down to you with this anyway.
Once we were all out, we grabbed our gear and kit and made the short walk to the car park.
We got back in the car, and the first thing for me was to take off my aqua shoes, cover my feet in Tim's t-shirt, and then clean them off. I was very happy and proud. This was another trail ticked off that list, and we did it. So we've done it. Bungay loop isn't really a loop. It was awesome. So I'm in the car, Tim's just unloading the canoe. Kat and Joe have just gone back to pick up their other car, which is at the other end of the start point. My feet are sodden. That was one of the wettest pedals I've ever done, because we almost went in. Well, he almost tipped me in twice. Obviously he went in. I'm really proud of myself, because at the end it's like really muddy and it does go shallow, which is great. So I thought, oh, you know, I might be a bit funny getting out, because sometimes I don't always find that easy. But yeah, surprised myself. I mean, obviously I did get a bit of help from Tim, like I grabbed his hand and he held the rope of the canoe, but you know, I was able to stand up, you know, unaided, turn all the way around in the canoe, balance, and then get out. So buzzing about that. First night paddle ever, something completely different, which is awesome. I'd love to do a night one, you know, when it's dark. Being summer, it's a lot later when the sun sets. The time at the moment is 1:45 p.m, so definitely the latest we've ever been out, but it was great fun. About, I think it was 4 miles in total, something like that. 2 hours and 10 minutes it took us. So just a little paddle. I could have gone on longer, to be honest, because I love it. But yeah, it was great. Really, really good time.